All right, well, let's jump into this confirmed tornado warning right now, just diving deeper into where that circulation would be near what looks like Whitesburg. Now, Nick, I'll admit, not all too impressive when you look at the circulation here, but the reason why they went confirmed is for that CC drop, which would mean that there's some kind of debris getting lofted into the air. That would indicate a tornado debris signature. Very clear as day, just in between Lowell and Whitesburg. That was a couple of scans ago. Now, notice as we put things into motion, it's now becoming more scattered and not staying as a tight couplet and growing. So to me, that's a sign that this was a quick touchdown and maybe not still on the ground in this particular moment. But there are reports that tornado sirens have been going off, emergency managers putting that into place for Coweta and Fulton County, which Fulton County, same as Atlanta. So this is for the southern suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see why that polygon went from red to purple, which indicates a confirmed tornado, because there was a debris ball, so there was debris lofted in the atmosphere, and that's exactly what the radar was picking up on. But since it is dispersing a little bit, that is good news. Having said that, we've got to track the storm very, very closely. So we've got the storm cone on there, and you can see in Tyrone at 11:23, this exact storm that is at least capable of producing a tornado, even for a couple of seconds, is headed your way.
Yeah, Union City, 11:28, Fayetteville, 11:33, Forest Park, 11:40, Conley, 11:44, and 11:48 a.m. for Stockbridge. Now, I would, obviously, because this is a confirmed tornado warning, treat this as there is a tornado on the ground. But like I said, the fact that there's not necessarily a tight TDS signature on this, maybe some debris getting scattered. But the second I say that, it seems like when you start to get these darker blue values, that's indicative of debris getting lofted even higher, something even funkier going on. So it's just interesting the way that this is presenting with our velocity and our storm winds, where, yes, clearly there's a rotation there, but we are close to some of these major towns. There's a ground stop in Atlanta right now, so the airport's now feeling the effects of this, and likely for Atlanta there's going to be some continued problems because the storm and all the rain trails.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to watch out for this thing. You know, that debris ball isn't bright blue, right? There's 1 or 2 pixels showing up, which I guess is a good thing. This could be worse if it was all blue. That means there would be a heck of a lot of debris in the atmosphere. So as of right now, that's not the case. That would indicate, if this thing is on the ground, that it's weaker, but that's not to say that it could grow and become a little bigger and maybe more violent. And so we're going to watch out for that. And also, you're right, that velocity signature isn't as textbook as you would expect, but the fact that we've got that CC, that debris ball signature on a CC value, does indicate that we have to take this very, very seriously. So this is moving eastbound. You can tell by the way that the polygon is drawn that it's headed towards, you know, Union City and Peachtree City, and will eventually be pushing even further east. So there's the couplet that we're focusing in on right there. Yeah,
this is, I'm just pulling things back a few scans back to about 10:50 in the morning. I believe Atlanta's on Eastern time. So this was about 20 or so minutes. And that is the classic couplet of a tornado on the ground. And that's exactly where we then had the TDS, the tornado debris signature. I'll pull it back to that time frame as well. It wasn't in the exact same frame, 10:50, but notice we bumped that out to the very next frame here with our debris tracker, and there it is. So likely Lowell did take on some damage. This is Noonan, Georgia, famously known for where they filmed The Walking Dead, but this particular area was just northwest of Noonan, Georgia. So for Noonan, you're still taking on very heavy rain coming in sideways, so you've got the gusty winds in there as well. Likely that rain coming down at a quick clip. I would venture to guess we're talking maybe 2-3 inches per hour. That's been pretty consistent with some of the storms that we've seen throughout the morning. Nick,
I mean, those raindrops are so big and they're moving so sideways, it almost looks like snow falling down.
It does look like snow,
our producer's saying he thought it looked like snow too. And
here's
the other
Noonan
thing
for you.
The other thing too, let's say there is a tornado on the ground. It's going to be really tough to see. I know the sun is up, but with rain coming down that hard and that fast, and you just saw the horizon, it's all gray. Everything is a little bit muddled. So take this warning very seriously, right? So if you're in any of those towns to the east of the circles that Haley just drew, definitely get in your safe space.
Yeah, I mean, I just draw these to say that it looks like there's a couple different areas south of Dunaway Gardens and then north of Dunaway Gardens. That's just not to say we have twin tornadoes ongoing right now, but just something that's sticking out to me of, okay, we've got a couple areas. And honestly, it looks like maybe we have something ongoing near Dunaway Gardens. Hard to say for sure, but, you know, when you zoom in at what we're seeing right now and then at our velocity signature, that's a decent couplet right now. So if you are south of Dunaway Gardens, if you are in Madras, if you are near Majors, this could very likely be a tornado on the ground. And who knows, maybe there was at one moment two. Really, again, hard to say in this kind of environment. But right now, my attention is definitely in this zone moving forward, at least for the next 20 or 30 minutes. This particular confirmed tornado goes until 11:15 a.m. Eastern time. But again, this is for the southern suburbs of Atlanta.
Just getting word here from one of our folks in weather presentation, Steve McLeod, debris being lofted over Whitesburg, Georgia currently. And so that just goes to show you that there are some very, very gusty winds. Yeah, there's Whitesburg. It's actually behind the storm. And so maybe, you know, this information came in a few moments after the storm had already made its way through that area. But that just goes to show you the power of the storm and the fact that, yeah, there is the potential that you could be dealing with projectiles moving throughout the air as this thing continues its life cycle. And there's the latest scan of the correlation coefficient. Doesn't maybe look as circular as it once did. So again, these storms, they pulse, right? They organize and then they lose a little bit of organization, and that's just how it works. So obviously, it's still on CC, so it's still something we have to watch out for.
Yeah, that would be the broad debris referenced in Whitesburg that was getting lofted. Word's still out on what that debris may be. It could be anything from tree branches to as large as roofs over homes. It's really hard to be able to disseminate that information at this moment. But again, this is for the southern suburbs of Atlanta, vastly approaching, what is this, I-85. So if you're traveling along I-85 anywhere between Noonan north towards Atlanta, you have to know that this is overhead right now, dangerous to travel. We're heading into the afternoon, reaching peak of the afternoon. So, Nick, you have to stay vigilant this morning.
Absolutely. Make sure you're in your safe space and keep watching Fox Weather.